Hey everybody, Steven here, and today, different video. I'm looking at 3 different mouse pads from ROG. I typically don't look at mouse pads, but here they sent these 3 over, and so I'm going to be testing them out for the next handful of months. And I just want to do a video talking about the differences between them, because I'm not going to individually review these. So I'm going to cover kind of the write-ups that the boxes have. I'll talk about the difference. I'm using the Strix Impact 3 here to test them out. And then hopefully this just helps you in regards to your purchasing decision if you are looking at these 3 different mouse pads. So for these, we have the Moonstone Ace Aim Lab Edition. We have the Moonstone Ace XXL, and then we have the Moonstone Ace L. So these, in regards to the price, we're starting, this is going to be on the lower end, middle, and then high end, so it kind of tiers up with this. Specifically, generally what you'll find is 30, 60, 100. So whatever your budget is, whatever you're looking for. So let's look at the Moonstone Ace Aim Lab Edition. And let's go ahead and start first with just the dimensions. So for this, 508 millimeters long, 420 millimeters wide, 3 millimeters for the height. This weighs 495 grams. For the write-up on this, so it says this has the hybrid cloth surface to ensure smooth glides and precise stops, extra soft rubber base, ruler measurement markings, and Aim Lab X ROG 360 task work in tandem to improve your aim. So with that, the Aim Lab X ROG 360 task is designed to improve your aim in all directions. Measurement markings on the mouse pad show how much distance your wrist and forearm move when aiming the crosshair on screen. Become a human aimbot by training your precision, flicking skills for higher accuracy and consistent crosshair placement. Now, obviously this is going to be more geared towards first-person shooters. It's not something personally I do a lot. I'm not on that side highly competitive. I like playing online multiplayer games, but I don't get that competitive. I like the notion of this because for those that do want to improve that skill, you now have a measurement for that. And you can see, hey, are you traveling too much? Can you tighten things up? For me personally, as I actually play those games, if it gets too competitive, I end up just raging too much. So I tend to back off. Like if I'm playing other people, if I'm playing against enemies, I do okay. But if it's like PvP, I don't know why. I have a tendency, like I said, to rage in those. So kind of stay away. But I am curious to see, I do want to test this out and see, hey, can I tighten things up with just first-person shooters in general when it comes to playing the game. With this, we have the top here. You can see at the bottom that has all of the lines on it for the measurement. On the back, we do have that good grip. And so with this, if you place it on the desk, it's not going to move much, which is what I like to see. In terms of the surface here, it's very interesting because this is a soft cloth for the XXL here. This one's like, it's almost a hybrid. It feels like it's a crossover between more of the hard style mouse pad and then the soft style here. I do like the top of this surface. And it's not incredibly loud too. It's when you deal with a hard surface, typically it is louder. This again is more like a hybrid here. We do have the nice kind of blue, or it's almost like a turquoise stitching all the way around the edge. Hopefully that prevents any fraying with this. But I like the feel of this. It has a solid grip. It is larger, so it depends on what you currently play with. Make sure that sizing wise, this is going to fit on your desk. And it's going to, like, if I put it over here with mine, I'm gonna have to rearrange some stuff because my desk isn't very deep with this custom one that I have. So it may be a little bit too big, so something to keep in mind. All right, so that is the first one there. Shifting over to the XXL. With this one, this is 900 millimeters long, 400 millimeters wide, 3 millimeters for the height, It weighs 446 grams, so it's actually lighter than the AimLab one, which is interesting here. In terms of the write-up on this, extra soft anti-slip base, 3mm microcellular polyurethane material that provides extra stability and the right amount of cushioning. Optimized mousing surface, hybrid cloth surface ensures smooth movement and provides adequate friction, making it ideal for tracking aim. Protective nano coating, water, oil, and dust repellent surface is easy to clean and maintain. Anti-fray, flat stitching edges, thinner edges reduce strain on the wrist for more comfortable gaming. So this one on the back is interesting because that surface that they're talking about, it actually grips your desk. You can see that right there. So it actually gets a really good grip on the desk, and you hear the peel. So that peel that you're hearing with this isn't gonna move. Like, most of the time you see some shifting, like this is not gonna shift. It is softer, and with that, what that means is it's quieter. Really, really quiet. Nice stitching on the side in terms of the aesthetics of this. So ROG symbol here, and then we have, or sorry, ROG symbol over here, and then we have just some markings on the side here. With this, the one thing I thought of on the back, if this is kind of like a sticky type surface, are things going to stick to it, dust and all that? And it does, but you actually can just easily wipe that off. And that's what they're saying, easy to clean as well, because I can take a rag and just wipe this down really quick and then it's gone. So you don't have to worry about that. I was worried that it was gonna just, once it was there, it was kind of almost embedded in it. You don't have to worry about that. Much larger with the larger mouse pad. Going back to desk size, you have to make sure that this will actually fit with your desk. It's gonna take up a lot of space. Obviously, this is meant to put not only your mouse, but your keyboard as well. I'm typically not a soft style mouse pad guy. I like the harder surface. It just, for me, it's a smoother action. And here, it still has that soft style to it, but it does allow a decent amount of movement. I don't feel as restricted as I have been with other ones in the past, especially if you go back like a decade ago, you're dealing with the soft mouse pads. They just didn't allow for much movement. This one still glides pretty well. So that is going to be the double XL. I think the big thing here is I love the grip to this and like how it's just not gonna move on your desk. And if you have this in a room where you need to be quiet, that's gonna be a good one. And then the last one here. So we're dealing with the Moonstone Ace. This is tempered glass. So this one, very interesting. Looking at the size, 500mm by 400mm. So it's actually slightly smaller than the AimLab here, but it's taller than both of these. So it's not 3mm thick, it is 4mm thick. Smooth matte surface for ultra fast glides and precise hand movements. Impact and scratch resistance. Tempered glass material. Special coating for noise reduction. ROG patterned anti-slip silicone base for security and stability. Easy to clean and maintain. If you notice the box here, like it comes like this because it is tempered glass. And so if there's a hard thing that hits this just right, this thing is actually going to shatter. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna keep the box because if I ever need to move this thing, I'm not just gonna leave it out. I'm gonna have to put it back in the box to transfer it. So here, this is the back. This is that anti-slip coating surface, and it has a bunch of the ROG stuff on the back. And then this is the front. Comes in two colors. You can get white or black with this. We have the ROG symbol up in the corner, and then we have, for those who dare, just the line here on the bottom corner here. So, a lot heavier, which this is 1,880 grams for the weight. And so, the other ones, we have, what was it? 495 for the AimLab, 446 for the double XL, and then you're jumping to 1880. It is much heavier. So with this, that's another thing to keep in mind is you're dealing with a heavier product, the potential for it to potentially get damaged quite easily if something hits it. Now, once you have it set, that shouldn't happen, but it's not something you could just throw to the side. Like, you're gonna have to pick this up and be very careful and place it where you want it, right? And again, thinking about if you're going to move this thing, you're gonna wanna keep the box in order to do that. Now, this material on the top and the coating here, it has a texture. I'm gonna try and pick it up on the camera if I can. And it's somewhat similar to what's on the top of my desk here, this portable desk that I have. And so it is louder. So in terms of noise, this is going to be the loudest, then we'll go to the AIM Lab, and then we'll go to the XXL when we're looking at that. So there's a lot of things to compare here because you're dealing with what surface type, is noise a factor on that? What's the size that you want with that? Do you need something that's giving you measurements because you want to improve, again, your first person shooter skills? All these things are something, again, that you would want to keep in mind, along with obviously the price here. So this is noisier than I thought it was going to be in that movement. So if noise is a factor, this may not be the right one for you. So for instance, I have a PC in our master bedroom. With that, if my wife's trying to sleep, like that's going to be super noisy. Not only the mouse, but also the surface that it's on. Where if I'm dealing with the XXL here, this is going to be much quieter. Right? There is a difference there. Which I knew it was going to have a noise to it, but I didn't realize that this, and they put this anti-slip surface on the top, this texture, so that your mouse just doesn't glide off to the side. You don't want that. But with that, again, comes the noise. So at first I thought it was going to be 100% just clear tempered glass, but then I was like, no, because if it was, again, it would just slide off to the side. Or it's most likely going to mess with the optics on these mice anyways. So here, there, and then there. So again, you can hear the difference in the surface material. So hopefully this helps you in regards to your purchasing decision when it comes to these three, because you are looking at different things that impact what you're going to want ultimately. So for anybody that is kind of on the fence, if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. I will make sure to answer that for you there. That way I can help guide you in that purchasing decision, because I can't cover everything in this video right now, unfortunately, just because I need to spend some time with these. And a dedicated review to me kind of seems weird for just single mouse pads. But I'm going to have a link for these in the description. With Amazon, you can find these on sale, at least right now. So you can actually get these cheaper. I think this is like, the AIM Lab is, I don't know, maybe like $24 or $25. We're looking at the XXL. I think it's $50 right now. And then the Moonstone here is like 80. So we're seeing sales with these quite frequently. So you can check back and make sure that you do get this on sale, because that can impact obviously the pricing here, but maybe it makes one more affordable where you don't want the Moonstone, but it's like, hey, for a little bit extra, I am willing to pay that now instead of the 100 to get it over like the XXL. So that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, I will have a link for the products in the description. And again, if you have any questions on these, let me know in the comment section. I will make sure to answer that for you there. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me, as it helps the channel out. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.